So I've got a prototype in progress. I just used an old sour cream bowl, cut it to fit around this part of the fence of my miter saw, and I hot glued and used duct tape to help reinforce this top piece on. To keep from so much chatter, I had to cut some of this out. So of course it would work better if this was like a zero clearance right there and only the saw blade would cut through. But due to it being flimsy plastic, this wants to pull in from the wind and shake. So the final product, if this works decent, will be made of probably MDF or something that's easily and replaceable. But instead of the hose going right there and then dust going up through here, it's going to get more of it, I'm thinking, closer to the blade and with a bigger inlet. I'm going to clean this up and then make a few cuts. Before I clean this up, it was horrendous back here. It was plumb full of junk. Well, I don't think it's going to work as good because there is a ton of dust after just those two cuts with the door open and with the door closed. So let's try my old version. Okay, now here's the same cuts with the original dust collection and doors open. Doors closed. So much less on the table. And just think, that was an edge cut. And then even less back here in the hood. But I think I can make it a little bit better. So I just cleaned it up again, and I'll make the same cuts. Now that I've added some duct tape to this to make this wider and down lower. just by visualizing it, I think it's a little better. It's not huge, but let's see what happens whenever I close the doors. I think it's just a little bit better. Not a ton. I'll have to compare the other videos. The problem with having this on here will be if you're cutting something that tall, you'll run into an issue where it tries to fold in on you, and then the miter saw, the blade will catch it. But see, my limitation that I normally do is that thickness, and it's within those specs. Okay, so I cleaned it up again, and now I hooked it up to my Festool dust collection. Now check this out. You will not believe it. Nothing, hardly. I mean, that may just be residue from before. Jeez. I'm just kidding. I wasn't even making cuts. Here's a real upgrade. I couldn't find the piece that I had cut out of this right here. And I did it like that because I wanted to be able to do any angle that I wanted. And I needed that open to clear the motor. But I lose a lot of dust up that way, and it's not captured in there. The fan does catch a lot of it, but I made this setup. I got a little notch there, that way the power cord will run right through there and not hit. And I got these little catches here, and on this side I got them where I can turn and then lower the saw, and I can pull it out if I'm doing angles. So it's just a couple minutes of work, and I think it's going to make it better. I'll do the same 2 cuts as I have the other times. I actually don't think it made it better, believe it or not. But that being said, there's less dust coming up here and up in my face. So it's being shot back to the back, which is a huge, huge bonus. There's a little bit of offcut over here, but This is a huge difference. So I did one more upgrade. I put a rubber flap here, and that should keep even more dust out. I just got it stapled onto this piece here. I can't do it over here because of that comes out. I could maybe put some here attached to this, and I think it's sturdy enough to do that, but I'm gonna wait for a while and see how this works first.